I recently discovered this channel called Ashley Embers. She makes pretty good video essays, and one of them she talked about how American and society's layout was not as family friendly in terms of accommodating for both adults and their children compared to Europe, which I've also seen in vlogs from Bo Refik, where he literally showed off a diaper changing station in the middle of a Romanian supermarket, which not a great place for that in terms of its placement in the store, having though I'll get more into that in a second. In one of her videos, either how capitalism destroyed community or one of the ones about why Gen Z isn't having kids, I forget which one, she went on about that. And she cited the story of a brewery that tried offering a playground for parents to let their kids play on while they enjoyed their alcohol. Now, if you're a regular viewer here, you know my moral qualms with alcohol. But that playground was rightfully shut down by city ordinance, in my opinion, not because of my puritanical views on alcohol, and not because I particularly think that parents shouldn't be drinking around their children, because I think it models bad behavior. The reason that ordinance existed was probably in relation to the liquor license, which a lot of them typically mandate you have to be 21 plus just to get in. I highly doubt that they had that one if they were able to let kids into the facility in the first place. But either way, it was a violation of the ordinance, and I don't think it's a good idea for parents to be drinking around their children, even if you ignore my personal moral qualms. Like, practically, it's not a great idea. But anyway, I wanted to get into the main topic of how public spaces in America are actually pretty family friendly when you actually sit down and think about it, or you actually look around. Sure, it might not be as family friendly as the European versions, but I think America strikes a pretty good balance for that. Now, the last time I went to the South Shore Plaza back in December, I noticed the play area they have at the food court, which I think that and some of the other typical mall things you see, like these animal scooters they have in other areas of the mall, the fact that stroller rentals exist, yeah, pretty family friendly. Not exactly tailored for only adults to enjoy, not exactly hostile towards the idea of letting children be children. And I remember my parents took me to that very mall back when I was that age, and I don't remember if they had that specific play. They probably had an older one at that food court if they did, but The point is they offer up accommodations for they offer up somewhere where kids can be kids. And as I always say about people who don't want to be around kids, the burden is on you to either go at a time where there's not likely to be kids, or you're going to have to just go somewhere else, somewhere that's 21 plus only or something like that. I'm sorry, but for wide public accommodations, if there's something about it you don't like, at a certain point, it's up to you to figure out what to do. Now, coming back to the Romanian diaper changing station in the middle of a grocery store that Bo Refik showed off. Yeah, America still has those. It's just located in the bathroom, and for good reason, I'd like to add. I mean, diaper changing station. Do you really want that to be around, to be that close to food and nowhere near a sink where you can wash your hands with soap and water after the fact when you're done changing your baby's diaper? I mean, comment down below if you think the health code is wrong for prohibiting that kind of thing here in America, or requiring it to be in a certain place, not because we want it out of sight because America hates families. No, we want them to be able to take care of their children. We just don't want them to contaminate food at a grocery store. Now, why that Romanian grocery store has that, I don't want to know. But the point is, American restrooms in public places are very accommodating for parents with very small children who are still in diapers.
Hey everyone. Little update. This is kind of embarrassing to admit, but I found the video that I was talking about, the one from Bo Refik. As you can see, there is a diaper changing station in the middle of a store, but it's not exactly in the middle of a grocery store or something like that. It's not close to like the produce department or anything like that. But as you can see over here, hold on. Here, yeah, they have prepackaged bags of Doritos, which I don't know if that's good, if it's good to have that anywhere near a diaper changing station in the first place. But I just wanted to throw this in there to clarify it so I'm not spreading misinformation about Romanian grocery stores. Clearly, this is a store of some kind that is selling food, so not great that they have a diaper changing station right next to it. But it's not exactly what I think what I said implied.
Literally every public restroom I have ever been inside has had a diaper changing station of some kind. I'm pretty sure building codes mandate them. Honestly, I kind of want to go to somewhere 21 plus now just to see if their public restrooms have diaper changing stations. If you've been to anywhere recently that's 21 plus and you happen to notice whether their restrooms have a diaper changing station, even though, oh, the odds of someone actually using it or almost zero, you let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to have it confirmed so that I don't have to spend the money and go out somewhere where I'm there to that's 21 plus, right? I won't exactly be taking advantage of the 21 plus of why it's 21 plus in the first place. So yeah, save me some money. Let me know in the comments down below so I don't have to go out and confirm it for myself. Yeah, those are the two major examples I can think of to counter the claims of Ashley Embers in whichever video she brought that up in. Because one, places like a movie theater will literally have movies that are made for children playing, whereas they'll have R-rated movies that they won't allow kids to go into without an accompanying adult. Based on my experience from working there, it's 16 or under, must be accompanied by 18 or older. 17-year-olds can get in on their own. That's it. If you look close to 17, if you look 16 or under, then they card you. But I think you get the idea. Because if, let's just say that if places that offered public accommodations like that basically actively discriminated against families or parents and children, they probably wouldn't make as much money and they probably wouldn't be able to survive. Now, I don't know what laws require diaper changing stations in basically every public restroom, but again, from what I've seen of any public restroom I've ever been in, they're there. The reason they're out of sight is for sanitary reasons, not because America and Americans hate families. It's a bit of a balancing act, and to anyone who gets annoyed by parents who bring their children out to, say, malls or restaurants or movie theaters, the burden's on you to figure out what to do about it. Now, if either of them are being disruptive, then you can get a manager and they can boot them for being disruptive, not because they're parents or children, but because they're being disruptive, which I would say the same for, let's say, a drunken, single, middle aged man who was berating anyone and everyone in sight. Yeah, everyone would agree they'd be fully justified in kicking out that guy. But yeah, on that note, I'm going to leave it here for the video. You comment down below whether you think America and public spaces here are family friendly, or if they see or if Ashley Embers is actually right about it being hostile to families. Like I said, it's very accommodating from what I've observed. Yes, it's not as out front as Europe, but there does need to be a bit of a balance in terms of it, not to mention, and sanitation needs to come first, which is why you're never going to see a diaper changing station in the middle of an American supermarket. Those are in the restroom for good reason. Give this video a like, subscribe for daily videos, and I'll see you soon.